Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedbuilding video. So in today's video I'm back building Willow Creek, and I really feel like I need to give Willow Creek a bit of a break because I feel like I always just build in Willow Creek, but it's just one of my favourite worlds to build in. I feel like suburban houses are just so perfectly suited here, and I love building suburban houses, so I am back building in Willow Creek. I will try and promise that my next few videos will not be in Willow Creek. I have actually already got a few builds that are completely finished and they're ready to go. I just haven't done the editing for them. I haven't even brought them into the editing program yet, and I haven't done any screenshots or anything. I just built them, and I think I mentioned it in my last video that I built a few different lots over the course of 6 months where I had a break, but I just didn't share them because I was kind of having a break, but I was also I just didn't share them. So hopefully I should be sharing them with you very, very soon. But we are building on this lot in Willow Creek, which is a 30 by 20, and it's in the same neighborhood that the Pancakes live in. So if you know where the Pancakes live, it's in that same little neighborhood. I'll probably never learn the names because like a few months ago we got an update where all the neighborhoods now have their own individual names, like we did with when we got City Living, when that was introduced, like the Spice Market and the Fashion District, and we have that with all the worlds now, and I don't know this area's name, so I'm just gonna go with it. Anyway, this house, as you might tell by the title, is called The Perfect House. Now I just want to state and I want to make it clear that I do not think this is the most perfect house in the whole entire world. I don't think this is the best house in the whole entire world. It was just the name that I thought of for this house when I was building it, based off the Sims that I'm going to design to live in this house for my save file. So by no means do I mean that this is the most perfect house in the whole entire world and this is anything like that. Please don't think like that, because I just want to make it clear that is not what I intended. I just intended that the family that are going to live here are going to be seen to be as kind of like a picture perfect family. They might not be, they might have a backstory that might be a little bit darker. I don't know, I haven't actually thought about a proper backstory for them yet, but what I'm kind of going off and what I was just kind of imagining when I was building this was, oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, and I just want to state now, as you can tell, for the windows, I will get back to it, the backstory for the people that are going to live in this house, or the Sims that are going to live in this house, but just before I forget, because this is actually my second time doing the voiceover, which I'll actually come back to later on why I'm doing this voiceover again, but as you can see, on the second floor of this house, I've actually got some windows, and then I put blinds either side of the windows to kind of create a blind look for the windows, because I created this house back in April and at that point we didn't have the Windows update, and so I had to kind of improvise. But obviously I uploaded this house to the gallery today, so you can go and download it on the gallery today, and I've actually updated it with the kind of normal windows that will be placed there now, that we can place windows and doors on kind of like half tiles, or not even half tiles, we can place them wherever we want. But I just wanted to state that because this was the second time I've done this voiceover, and actually talking about the second time I've done this voiceover, so basically I did this voiceover probably about half a week ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and I thought, right, it's all ready to go. All I need to do is take some screenshots today, and then I upload it, and I'm good. And I came into my Premiere Pro software today, and it said that all of my audio files, which are my voiceovers, had been they're offline. They couldn't find it. The program couldn't find it, and I spent a good half hour searching through my whole entire computer trying to find these audio files. Now, if you know a little bit about me in general or what I do, whatever, I am actually a video editor as a job, and so I have so many video files, like Premiere Pro files, and just so much footage and so many files to look through and different projects, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. I could find one audio which is the same as this audio, but it was the audio from my last video, and that's why it had the same name, because it was audio with 1, and so that's why I'm redoing the voiceover, which is really annoying because I did like my previous voiceover, but my computer lost it, and I don't know why. I didn't delete it, I didn't clear my cache or anything like that, so I don't know where that went. But anyway, getting back to what I was originally saying about the house and about the Sims that are going to live in this house in my save file. So I wanted this kind of a picture perfect family, and is going to be 2 parents and 2 children. I created a bedroom for a teenager and a child. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could have maybe 2 teenagers or 2 children and maybe switch the rooms out a little bit, because the teenager's room is definitely decorated for a teenager and the same goes for the child, is definitely decorated for a child. But if you want your Sims to have a bedroom like that, then obviously you can do whatever you want. But I just kind of imagined a teenager and a child living in this house, and I was kind of imagining the backstory for the parents to be maybe one of them is in the business career and they're really high up, and maybe they're like the CEO or something and they're just really good at their job, and then the other parent would be the mayor of Willow Creek. Now, I know you can't actually be the mayor of Willow Creek. Technically, you can be the mayor of San Moschino, but I don't actually know. Saying this, I've never actually explored if you can be a mayor in any other world. I was about to say town. Any other world other than San Moschino. I've only ever played through that career in San Moschino, but I'm definitely going to have the other parent have the mayor career, and possibly they are the mayor of Willow Creek, and because of that they just needed the most picturesque house. I can't speak. Picturesque house. And yeah, that's why I decided to call this house the perfect house, because the family can be seen as being quite a perfect family. The parents are doing really, really well in their jobs. Probably both their children are doing really well in school. They're probably like the highest in their class. And that was just kind of the storyline that I was going off when I was creating this. So this house has also, like I just mentioned, got 3 bedrooms, a teenager's bedroom, a child's bedroom, and then the parents' bedroom. It has also got 2 bathrooms. Now, one of the bathrooms is kind of like the main bathroom in the house. It's not attached to any room. It's just, just like a normal hallway bathroom. And then the other bathroom is actually in between the child and the teenager's bedroom. It's a Jack and Jill bathroom. So I was assuming that the main kind of master bathroom would be used by the parents, and then the Jack and Jill bathroom would just be the child's and the teenagers. That's what I was just kind of imagining when I was designing this house anyway. Like I said, I did actually build this back in April. I've got so many different builds that I half started whilst I was on my break and I just never finished. But I do actually really, really love this house, and I'm really happy that I finished it when I did, because I finished it in April, but I'm only just sharing it now. But I do really, really love this house, and I'm really excited to almost have this little neighbourhood of Willow Creek complete. Well, the Pancakes neighbourhood anyway. Saying that though, I haven't actually got that many lots left in Willow Creek in general to finish, but in this neighbourhood I've just got the one on the left hand side of this lot, and it's the really big one. I believe it's the 30 by 40, and I've tried building on it so many different times and I just can't find that right structure or that right house. I've built on it and I've bulldozed it and I've restarted it and then bulldozed it, and yeah, I will definitely do that, but I won't do that for a little while because I need to give Willow Creek a bit of a rest. But anyway, talking about the build, as you can see, I am now moving on and I've started doing the garden. So the garden was quite small, and I actually really wanted a pool to be in this back garden because I just felt like it would fit the house so perfectly. But because of the slightly longer walkway you have up the house, because I really wanted there to be a lot of like curb or street appeal leading up to this house, I didn't have as much room as I would like to in the garden, and so unfortunately I didn't manage to fit a pool into the back garden. But hopefully you don't mind. If you really want, you could probably add a hot tub. I think I did actually debate it when I was building it. I'm pretty sure you might have seen it as well. I was debating adding a hot tub, but I decided it just didn't look right, especially for then not to be any patio, and it was just on grass, and so I decided to leave it. But anyway, as you can see, I'm now moving on and I've started doing the kitchen. So for the kitchen, I actually really, really love this kitchen. I love the way it turned out. So as you can see, I've gone with this base game kind of subway tile wallpaper, and then the base game wooden flooring that I seem to use in the majority of my houses. And then I also paired it with these Parenthood counters and the Parenthood fridge and oven. And you can see I actually used one of the windows that we've got from the fashion pack that I'm not going to try and pronounce because I always say it wrong. And whenever I do mention it in my videos, say when we first got the video, I think I might have mentioned this when I was actually doing that build, but when we actually got the fashion pack, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, I actually watched a video about 10 times before pressing record so I could try and pronounce the pack name correctly, and I still forget it. So I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but you know the pack that I'm talking about, and you know the window that I'm talking about. I love that window. It brings in so much light, and it just makes the kitchen so just sunny and bright, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm really, really happy with that window. The only thing that I would like about that window is a closed version, because whenever I place it into my Sims houses, I always feel like, well, when it snows or when it's heavy rain and thunderstorms, it might be a bit inconvenient, seeing as normally in them kind of weather conditions, you normally want to just kind of be under a blanket indoors, all windows and doors closed. So an open window, maybe I just think way too into it. I need to stop thinking too far into my window placement and my window choices. Just because it's open doesn't mean that, I don't know, I don't think it has a negative effect on the game. I'm assuming not, because I feel like if an open window was to have a negative effect with the weather, I feel like that would be, no, I don't think that happens. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. As you can see, I've now started furnishing this little dining room area. So I would like to mention that the kitchen, the dining room area and the lounge area are all into one. Where it was quite a smaller house, I felt like having an open plan house would probably be better than having a closed off kitchen and dining room and lounge area, just because I wanted it to feel bigger. And if I would have added a load of extra walls, it just would have closed the space in, and I really didn't want to have that. So I decided to make it so it was all open plan. This little dining room area I absolutely love though. I did add a little fireplace, and there's actually 2 fireplaces in this house, but now I'm realizing that there's only 1 fireplace on the exterior of this house. So I did a chimney only on one side. I really should have done it on 2 sides, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, as you can see, I did decide to go for the Parenthood one. There's a lot of Parenthood in this house, I'm starting to realise. I'm not sure on the other packs that I used. I can see that I've used some cats and dogs items, and I can also see that I've seen some island living items. I'm not too sure on all the packs that I used, but as always, it'll be in the description box down below, with all the build details, the price of the house, all the packs, and just kind of all the information you would need to know. I don't know why I said information so strange. I really need to get back into the habit of doing voiceovers, because I used to be able to do 3 voiceovers a week, and where I then kind of like pulled back my upload schedule because I was really, really busy, and then I eventually had a massive long break, I've just kind of forgotten how to do a voiceover. So bear with me, I am trying my best, and hopefully I'll be able to do a voiceover normally without fumbling my words. But then saying that, I do that in general anyway. On a day-to-day basis, people correct me, and I try and make sure people don't actually notice that I fumble my words, but normally people do. But anyway, moving on, as you can see, I've actually now started this little lounge area. So I decided to use the Seasons sofas for this. Now, I think if I was to build this right now with all the packs that we've had since I built this, because this was before Eco Lifestyle came out, I think I would have used the refurbished sofas instead of the sofas that I used, just because I really, really like the refurbished sofas. It's quite annoying that you actually have to enter a few cheats to get them, but I really like them, and I don't know, I feel like I use these sofas a lot, but they are just kind of the classic sofa for me. I've got about 3 or 4 go-tos for sofas in just like standard family houses, and this is definitely one of them. But yeah, if I would have built this house now with all the packs that we had, I would have probably used, or maybe the Nifty Knitting sofas. Actually, the Nifty Knitting sofas that we recently got are also really, really nice, and they come in a really nice beige colour, so I really do appreciate that. And the one thing I actually have to say about Nifty Knitting, I'm not sure if anyone else has said it, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, I absolutely love the pack, but the one thing that I don't like is the texture of the rocking chairs. I really don't like them. I kind of wish we got a rocking chair that wasn't all wooden. I really would have loved for a rocking chair that was kind of like a fabric rocking chair, if that's even a thing. I don't know if that's even a thing. I've never actually seen a fabric rocking chair, but there might be. But I don't know, I feel like putting a wooden rocking chair in the middle of a lounge room that's got all fabricated sofas can look a bit strange. I'm only saying, I know that I haven't done that, but I've just done a build using Nifty Knitting. I did one yesterday, and that was one of my thoughts when I was actually building it. So I would have liked that, but I'm still happy that we've got rocking chairs in the game, and I really do like the knitting pack. I really like that elders finally have something else to do, and yeah. Anyway, moving on, as you can see, I'm now starting doing it the bathroom. So this is the main bathroom, like I mentioned, which is probably used by the parents as the child and the teenager have their kind of own bathroom. And so in here, I went for a very simple colour theme. The whole colour theme for the house is pretty just simple. It's maybe whites, beiges, and a bit of blue. maybe some other colours here and there, but that's basically the main colour palette for this house. And so for this bathroom, I did decide to use the Realm of Magic wallpaper that we got in that pack, and it comes in this really lovely blue and white tile. Or the white's not tiled, but it's like a paint, and then the blue's tiled. Hopefully you know what I mean, but I really do like this wallpaper. And this wallpaper actually comes in some really good swatches. It comes in a black swatch, it comes in like a few orangey swatches, it comes in a red swatch. Don't know why I'm talking about wallpapers, because it doesn't really matter, it's quite relevant, but I appreciate that wallpaper. Anyway, moving on, I've now started furnishing the teenager's bedroom. So in here I decided to go for the Discover University wallpaper. I feel like this wallpaper is so good for teenagers' bedrooms, because I'm not sure about other builders, but sometimes when I'm building teenagers' bedrooms, there's only so many times I can basically use the same wallpaper over and over again and try and spice it up a little bit by using loads of decorative objects like wall hangings and posters and stuff. There's only so many times you can do that before it gets a little bit boring. And so to have this wallpaper, and it's got a really nice texture on it as well, when the light shines on it, it's kind of like a brick or a stone kind of texture. I really like it, and I really appreciate that it actually comes in a load of different colours as well. I feel like I'm just talking about wallpaper colours, but I appreciate the wallpaper colours of late in recent packs because they're good. Anyway, moving on, as you can see, this teenager does have a little desk area in their bedroom. So I was kind of imagining that maybe this sim was possibly a gamer or was just really into gaming. Maybe they don't do it as, maybe they don't like live stream and stuff, but maybe they're just really into gaming with their friends, maybe after school or whatnot. To be fair, thinking about it, you could probably have this sim to be a university student if you really wanted them to, and they just live with their parents. That could be quite a good idea, but in my safer, I think I'm going to go for a teenager anyway. I did also try and mess about with adding the My First Pet stuff, kind of little, I'm not sure what they're called, but you know, like the hamster cages or the rat cages. You'll see me do it in a minute, but I did try and experiment and try and add a few of them, but they just don't have enough colours to kind of go with the rest of this room, because the colours only change the little box bit on the bottom. You can see me kind of flicking through the swatches there. They only change the wooden part of the bottom, and it doesn't really change the pipes. I would have really liked that object to be able to change the actual colour of the pipes and not just the box, because I wanted this teenager to have that in this bedroom, but it was just a little bit too feminine for me, and I didn't think this character or this sim would be a feminine type of character, and so that's why I decided to delete it. And I just put a keyboard there as well, and then I think I also put a guitar next to it. I'm pretty sure I did anyway. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the next bedroom. As you would have noticed, I didn't actually show the furnishing of the other bathroom just because it's about 6 tiles wide, or 6 tiles long and 2 tiles wide, and it's a really small bathroom. It's just got the Parenthood shower and bath combo, and then just like a sink and a toilet. It's nothing to write home about. It's just a little small bathroom, and so I decided to make the video a little bit short and just cut that out. Normally I do that anyway with bathrooms. Say if I've got about 6 bathrooms in a house, I might show 1, maybe 2, but most probably just 1, just because bathrooms are quite boring and quite repetitive, and watching someone put down a toilet and a sink isn't that entertaining to me personally to watch, so that's why I don't include it a lot of the time in my videos. Normally I will include the main bathroom of a house, but just in general, if there's more than 1 bathroom, I don't normally tend to include it. But as you can see, I am just doing this little desk area for the child. Now, I really wanted it to be over the top with just loads of posters, loads of kind of bits and bobs like knickknacks, just like candles and books and folders and makeup, and just, I think there's makeup anyway. I think I put the hairdryer there, or like hair stuff, they're not makeup, but I just kind of wanted it to be a little bit over the top with all that kind of clutter. And I imagine that both the child and the teenager are doing really, really good in school, and so I definitely wanted this child sim to have a lot of different looking folders that could be for different classes, so like science and maths and English, and there's a load of different books as well in this bedroom. As you can see though, I did actually place the tiny living bed right in the middle. Now that's something that I normally don't actually tend to do, because normally I want to try and maximize a bedroom space, and so I normally put the bed in kind of like the corner of the room, but the way that this room was shaped, it was just the best way to put it in the middle, and I actually really like it. The room has still got loads of different activities, and there's still a lot of room to actually do stuff in, and it just makes a change not to actually put a bed right up against the wall. Saying that, I actually did the opposite thing that I normally did, because normally I put double beds in the centre of the room and then single beds up alongside the wall, or the wall. I don't know why I said wall weirdly then, but I normally put them up outside the wall. And in this house, I kind of flipped it. So I put a single bed in the middle of the room and then the double bed alongside the wall. I don't know, I just thought of that and thought I'd mention it. But anyway, as you can see, I am just finishing up this bedroom now, and now I'm actually moving on into the parents' bedroom. So the parents' bedroom is the last room that you will see me decorate in this house. I will shortly be moving back to outside just to kind of add a few finishing touches and some finishing details, but for now we are in the parents' bedroom. As you can see, I did decide to go for these, I believe they're cats and dogs bedside tables. I believe they are anyway. I think I keep them, but I think I changed the swatch of them, because I know I changed the bed swatch. Oh, maybe I kept them then. Anyway, as you can see, this room is very neutral. It's very kind of plain. I didn't want anything to be too out there. Like I said, I imagine these parents to be very just kind of perfect, and I feel like they wouldn't have loads of clutter and just loads of bits and bobs in their bedroom. I just feel like it would be very clean, very formal, no clutter. Obviously I had to have a few bits and bobs like a tissue box and a few books and stuff, but I didn't want to go over the top, and so I tried to keep it to a minimum. But I am just going to go in and finish this bedroom up by adding a little chair, and I think I also do add I add a rug, I'm pretty sure, and I think I might have added a picture frame above the bed, but I can't exactly remember which one it was because I did do this quite a long time ago. Oh, I added the city living one, okay. But anyway, I am now back outside and I'm just going to go around and add some finishing touches. I added these get together plants because I just felt like it completely was what I was looking for a plant for this house. They're just kind of like perfectly manicured plants, and I just thought it just fitted this house perfectly. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here. So as always, you can download this house via the gallery. My origin ID is JessicapieYT, or you can search for the hashtag JessicapieYT or just the hashtag Jessicapie. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this perfect family home. And as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.